I have a question, Stuart.
Yes.
If you could, would you talk about maintaining a positive attitude in times of uncertainty? How do
Well, the answer is very simple. How do you survive times of uncertainty if you get all negative and despondent? It doesn't work. All the energy gets drained out of you, all the fight, all the strength that you can use, to get through times of uncertainty. You have to in your daily life find things that are positive, even if it's just, a glass of water, a cup of tea, the clothing you wear, the place where you live. You got to find things that are positive because there's too much uncertainty in this world. And if you get swept away in it, it will suck every ounce of energy out of you. It takes a tremendous need inside to stay strong. And then you have to do it. I mean, look at the times we live in. I mean, look what's going on in this world. God knows that the world isn't going to survive another 6 months with all the madness going on. But, there's another part of me that says, okay, this is what I have to deal with. I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm going to work inside myself, and use it as a reminder that I need to get stronger. I need to grow. I need to get more connected with higher energy in the universe. I mean, I don't know how else to use it because, again, when things are uncertain in your life, in the world, those things suck your life out of you if you don't truly use them as an opportunity to get stronger and to grow. And too many people, they're always blaming the world because of all the stuff that goes on, To me, all of the stuff that is going on in life today is just a reminder to me that this is all a fantasy here. It's all an illusion. I mean, it's not going to change. It changes, but it's like a fairy tale, you know. Uh, you know, the COVID becomes abortions, becomes war, becomes this, becomes that. It's like a fairy tale, a strange, surreal fairy tale. But everything transitions like that and changes into something else. And it's always some kind of negative thing that manifests. And I tell you why, because most people look at the world, through a negative perspective. Most people don't look out at the world from their heart, from a state of joy and love inside themselves. They look out at the world from some state of negative, thing that's in them. And that's what manifests in life. Or from greed. I would say that a lot of this stuff that's going on in the world today is a manifestation of greed. People simply, have only one interest. How much can they extract out of the earth? How much can they extract out of life to satisfy their own need to make money? Their own, way of living. And then nature responds. I mean, I really believe even all this COVID stuff and global warming is really a byproduct of human greed. What can we extract out of life, out of nature before we die? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And then nature responds. Here's a virus. Here's global warming. Here are, hurricanes and droughts. And, you receive what you give off. So in times of uncertainty, I think it's the best time to go into your heart, open your heart, feel a tremendous amount of love inside yourself, and to use this uncertainty as a reason to get stronger inside yourself, instead of as a reason to become despondent, get depressed, to become unhappy. And the wonderful thing about what we do is we have a way to do that. We have a way to use our breath, our minds, our will. We have chakra systems. But then it's a matter of whether we do it or not, you know? So I wouldn't let uncertainty be a driving force in your life, because frankly, there's too much of it and it exists everywhere. And if you allow that to take over, the rest of your life is going to be one of despondency, feeling sorry for yourself. I mean, it's not easy to do what I'm talking about because we're so used to the other. But it's certainly possible. And it's certainly something, you know, that we can do in our day-to-day life. It's to use the fear, the insecurity, the uncertainty as a reason to grow, not as a reason to allow our inner lives and our lives to be destroyed. It also takes courage to do this. Does anyone else have a question? You know, I mean, I don't know. All I know is that all my life I have taken, actually, I shouldn't say all my life. After I met Rudy and learned about this meditation and started using it, I was able to take, 98% of the uncertainty in my life and transform it into something positive. And it gave me the strength to truly deal with things that were very difficult to deal with. I mean, I don't want to go into them, but I could tell you stories that make your hair stand on, of things that I had to deal with, that required either building a strong inner life or God knows, I don't know if I'd even be alive today. And I used to hear Rudy talk about the same thing himself, the kinds of stuff that happened to him. And how he used everything as a reason to grow and not as a reason to defeat himself. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Hi, Stuart. I'll ask a question.
Yes, Alicia.
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfectly.
I feel like what you've just answered is the answer to my question, but I wondered if you wanted to, if there's anything to add to when you're going through sickness that is difficult to deal with. Like physical sickness.
Right, I know. You know, Leisha, it'll pass. You'll get well. You understand? And again, it's the same answer. You can't, I mean, look, the way you heal yourself is through building inner strength. The way you heal yourself is using what is available in life to help you get through illness. You know, I don't know what illness you have. What's wrong?
Oh, I'm not sure. It feels like COVID, but I haven't tested positive, but it's like
Well,
strong.
I had
fever.
COVID. I had it for 7 days. And I just got very quiet. I got very centered inside. I did a lot of breathing. And it went away. And I think it's still, look, getting tense about it, getting upset about it, it's not going to make it better. But you have the strength inside yourself to heal yourself of any kind of disease that happens to you. So just have patience, and there's medicines you can take for COVID. I mean, if you haven't tested positive, then you don't have COVID. You probably have a flu, I mean, I tested positive for COVID. And then the worst part about it is that I had no temperature. First 2 days, I had a little bit of temperature. And then I had no temperature, I had nothing, and yet I kept testing positive for COVID. And then finally it went away. I tested negative. I mean, I'm not a big fan of doctors and all that, but sometimes you have to go see one, find out what you have. They have medicines, they have things that can get rid of it, and sometimes it's the fastest path to getting well. Go see a doctor. And frankly, I'm not a big fan of doctors, but sometimes you have to go find out, what is wrong and what the problem is, what the prognosis is, and then you can discover ways of dealing with it, handling it, getting better. You're going to get better, Lisa. I can see that, yeah, you have a little bit of illness or something, but it's not going to do serious damage to you. But go see, I don't know, have you seen a doctor? No. I mean, take care of yourself. Really love yourself. Listen to your inner self. Let it guide you about what you have to do. Don't listen to your brain. Listen to your heart. And let it guide you in what you have to do. And you'll get better. You'll find what's wrong and you'll get better. You'll be able to cure yourself, heal yourself. Be it through medicine, be it through, I don't know, all kinds of stuff, natural healing, whatever.
And thank you so much for these classes. It helps so much. I'm sorry I've been arriving in a disheveled state. I hope I haven't disturbed anything.
Listen, you could come, I don't know, dressed in like a bag lady. I love you very much. You're a very dear person. I'll send you healing energy. But again, listen to your heart, listen to your inner life. Don't listen to your brain, and do what you have to do to get well. I mean, when I had COVID, there's a doctor friend of mine, a very good infectious disease doctor. He used to be my brother-in-law, actually. And I stayed in touch with him every day, telling me what I should do, what medicines to take, prescribing prescriptions. And I did that, And it was when I sent him a wonderful sculpture, actually, a thank you, of a lion. I said, you're a lion of medicine, and I sent him a sculpture from a really ancient, about 1,000-year-old little sculpture I had as a gift. Because he was, every day he would text me, call me, how you doing, what's going on. You open inside and you'll discover there are people like that that will help you and take care of you. They really will, but you got to open in yourself. And you don't go into a shell, you just open inside and find the best path to health. And you'll find it, you'll be fine. He made me get an oxygen thing meter to test my oxygen. These things I never knew about. And every day I would take my temperature, text my, take this medicine he prescribed for me. And, everything's fine. I had a little cough afterwards, but I still have it a bit, but it seems to be going away. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Just one other question. Where do you live, Alicia? Where do you live?
At the moment, I'm in Ireland, but I usually live in Italy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought if you're still in Italy, I know somebody who's here actually, lives in Rome.
Oh.
You might know doctors for you to see. But
It's 2 o'clock.
Oh.
Just take care of yourself,
Thank you so much, Stuart.
Does anyone else have a question I would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, then we'll have meditation on.
Stuart, sorry, I have to have my glasses. Sometimes, no, at the moment, I feel, sorry.
Sometimes you
Like I'm totally alone. Like everybody disappears from my life.
being alone can be really a blessing. The only thing you have to complain about is yourself. So I wouldn't worry about it because that passes anyway. I mean, look, what's wrong with being alone? I frankly quite enjoy being alone a lot. It gives me time to go deep in myself. It gives me time to open inside. And if you really open your heart and you really connect with God, you'll never feel lonely. That's the problem. It's not being alone. It's just your chakra system isn't really open. Your heart isn't open. In your head, you're in your emotions, and you feel lonely. And you think by being with somebody else, it's going to cure it. It won't. You can cure it by building an inner life that is strong enough to stay connected with higher energy. And then if you're alone, you're with 100 people, you'll never feel lonely.
I can feel that I'm going deeper and deeper, and it's very difficult there.
So use
Very dark.
use your aloneness as an opportunity, to really go deep inside yourself, to open your heart. First thing, open your heart, and then you'll never feel lonely. And frankly, if you do that, you will attract more people than you're going to want, I really
I
mean
don't I don't like to have many people in my life actually, but it's my cousin and my sister. It's happening things, and I just felt now, and I'm going deeper, but it's very lonely there, and it's very dark, and it hurts so much.
No, but God, sometimes being with people is not easy either, huh? Everybody brings their baggage. So it's not being alone, it's not being with people, it's you. Open your heart. Build an inner life that's strong. Then you can be with family, you can be with friends, you can be by yourself. And you'll never feel that state of loneliness.
It's true. I am not strong to be with my family either, because I was at work, and now it's summer, 2 months. I don't have to wake up early in the morning and go to job. I have time to think.
So stop thinking. Open your heart. Stop thinking. No muddy.
It's not so easy, just open.
Do that for you will attract people. And people will start bringing you gifts, and they'll be happy to be around you. I mean that.
It's a period now, because when I'm at school, I'm working with children. They are loving me, and they come to me and they are giving me so much love. And it's okay when I'm at work, but now
Well, Flora, look. How about you giving yourself some love? Okay? You, Flora, say, I like me. Pretty good person. I'm a kind person. I don't have to spend my time beating myself up. I don't have to spend my time being despondent, being unhappy. I can like myself. So let's try that, okay? Flora really loving herself. I think that would be a really nice thing.
yes, I am trying to do that too.
Well, then
But sometimes it's so difficult.
it's difficult. Just have patience, you'll get there. You'll get there. As I
Thank
told you how many times, I like you, I love you,
you.
part of my life, so why can't you like you?
It's not that I do that.
No, you forget and you do that. So stop doing it. Okay? If you do it again, well, Stuart likes me. Why can't I like me?
I will do.
Does anyone else have a question?
Thank you. God bless.
We'll have class on Tuesday. God bless you all. Thank you again for being here, being part of this. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Tuesday. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.